There is a rumor that's been floating around now for years about the Giants potentially trading a former first round pick in Evan Neal. And Gary Davenport of Bleacher Report brings up that they're talking about trades for the Giants to make here. Doesn't start off talking about him, but runs into that's the guy. That's the guy they should trade. He says there's no question who the most valuable trade asset for the New York Giants is after after drafting Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter third overall in April. The Giants have three high-end pass rushers in Carter, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeaux. Other teams have undoubtedly inquired about the availability of the latter, but unless Giants general manager Joe Shane gets a Godfather offer for Thibodeaux, there's no reason to make a deal. Not yet. It was Shane who drafted Alabama tackle Evan Neal, 7th overall in 2022. But after three mostly horrific years at tackle, including 22 missed games, New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll told reporters that this year the team will try Neal out at left guard. He's a big man. He's got length. He's obviously a bit taller than I'd say traditional guards, but he's played it, Daboll said. He's played a number of positions since he's been at University of Alabama. He's been working hard this last month and a half and look forward to getting him out there. They said maybe Neal will pull a Mekhi Becton and blossom after kicking inside. But if he doesn't, Big Blue should look to flip the contract year lineman to a team that believes it can salvage Neal's career. And I really think that's what's going on is the key part there, what they just said. If he doesn't, I think the Giants got to take a shot and see what he does. Combination of the injuries, new position, I think it's got to be something that you even hold on to him no matter what to start the season. And
yeah, I mean, we talked about putting him in the guard for
guard
years. Guard, he's a guard. Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about switching him over to the guard position. Yeah, for I want to feel like 2 years, and it's like you think his biggest weaknesses was obviously like when he was set on on the edge. Everyone went around his edge.
Yeah, I mean, he can't set yet.
Yeah. So you take that away, can he still block as a guard?
I mean, he can run block. He can run block as a tackle. Even that wasn't the issue. It was his pass blocking. So, definitely more help there. But it's like you've invested so much into him, and they mentioned in the article the issue of him as far as the injury and the missing games, and it's been well documented. The Giants clearly messed up his rehab, so that's on them. Not even on him as much as I hate to take him off the hook after his fun comments he's made at fans over the time too. But he's a guard, and you heard people saying that coming into the draft as well. So it's not like this was like, ooh, I can't believe this happened. Like there was talks he might have to move into guard. People said that. People that were scouting him on the regular said point blank that he may have to go ahead and move into guard. Now, we didn't do massive scouting at that point. That was the year before we started our show. So, I haven't had anything to pull back and see what we said, but I remember hearing plenty of people saying that. Now, I thought he was going to be a stud, point blank. I'll tell you that. I won't do a revisionist history. I thought this kid was going to be a stud. So far, can he be a guard? I look at it two different ways. Rob, what do you think right now if you traded Evan Neal, what you would get for him?
I think I might have a chance to get in that dog poop that I put in a brown bag and lit on fire a couple years ago.
Yeah,
for him, but I might not make that.
But Darius Tony's a free agent, just so you know. We can't trade for him.
All right, so yeah,
I think that's who you're referring to.
Pretty much. But if you put him as a guard in seats, then you have an opportunity.
But that's the whole point of what I'm making right now. He has no value. Like, why would you trade a guy with no value? Now, let's say the deadline comes around, he's not looking too good a guard, and somebody wants to give you anything for him. Then maybe you make the move then. Maybe that's when it makes sense to make that move. and at least get something for him. But money wise, even like let's say if the Giants were to go say, you know what, we're going to cut our losses and just cut them, you literally save $0, 0 cents because of the way the contract works for a rookie.
Yeah, you might as
Still
well
his rookie deal.
Yeah, you might as well try it out as guard, see what happens. Because worst case, you put him on the bench, you don't lose money.
Yeah, it's kind of be weird for say we're talking about offensive linemen, we're in a holding pattern, but we kind of are. Like, it doesn't make sense to trade him. You're not going to get anything for him. And here's the other part: what if he does? And let me be very clear on this. I don't think he's going to pull a Mekhi Becton. I don't think Mekhi Becton even pulled a Mekhi Becton. I think he got to a great scenario where pretty much everybody's seated in the offensive line. He's surrounded by really good players, and I think that helped him out huge. We've been very clear on that part off the bat. Evan Neal is not going to have a Mekhi Becton kind of year probably at that point. That's statistically unlikely. Is it impossible? No. Well, I root for it, of course. It's unlikely.
Yeah.
But hypothetically, if that unlikeliness happened, and we traded him, and he pulls that Mekhi Becton for somebody else, egg on our face is a very nice way of putting that.
Yeah. Again, not just saying for getting rid of him and drafting him for low. When we had the opportunity to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we had the opportunity to do it last year, the year before.
We got a 6th-round pick for him. Woo. Like, no one's going to give up anything significant for Evan Neal right now.
No.
Like, that's not going to happen. Now, if he plays guard, plays well.
Get 7th-round pick for the 7th round.
Yeah. 7th overall.
7th overall. I said that wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he shows something. And if he doesn't, and you want to cut, your losses and just take whatever you can get for him at the trading deadline, it makes sense. Instead of letting him walk, maybe somebody else thinks that. But I don't know. I wouldn't trade him now. That's not what I would do. So, but in the future, yeah, maybe. Now, I will say this: when they talked about the whole Thibodeaux thing, I ain't trading Thibodeaux for Jack. Not happening.
Who's Jack?
You know Jack.
Jack
with the beanstalk. But I'm not going to trade him no matter what because you got Abdul Carter. You don't want to put too much on him as a rookie. Everybody talks about not putting too much on quarterbacks. It's all players. Like, there's a learning curve, guys. I don't want to force where Carter feels like he has to go in there and be a beast right off the bat. And then on top of that, you got him a really cheap deal for this year and next year. Why would you force a move before you have to? Like, that'd be so early, it's not even funny. Now, again, they mentioned the Godfather deal. Like, even if you're going to make him an offer he can't refuse, then yeah, okay. Like, you're going to offer me a 1st-round pick for Kayvon Thibodeaux. Let's go. Like that, yeah. There's some things you're going to have trouble. You're going to have trouble, doing at that point there. But I got to say, even that, and I'm going to be sound crazy for saying that, even that I'd be a little hesitant because you're giving up a guy that is a legit NFL player for a hope and a dream.
A chance.
Yeah. I'm not, but I'll tell you guys point blank, I'm not as big as trading for draft picks as some people are. Some people would fall over and like, oh my God, I can't believe you offered that. Like, how many 1st-round picks don't pan out? Say what you want about Thibodeaux. He's not a stud. He's not a star. He's not an all-pro. I'm not, being crazy here. Not at least this topic. But he's still a damn good player. He's still an above-average starting caliber edge rusher in this league.
Yeah.
And most teams would take him in a heartbeat, especially at the money we're paying him the next 2 years. So that's an asset I would not even move at all. But like I said, Evan Neal, trading deadline. Yeah. Somebody wants him and he's not panning out and we don't like the way he looks at guard. Time to go. Take what he can get because he'll be going to the end of the year anyway.
Which is safe. It's safe.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well see what you get for him.
Exactly. So, like I said, half agree with him. I'll put it that way. Half agree. Probably, right? Probably the best way to put it. Yeah. Half agree. All right.
Halfer.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.